for video editing and things like that, but they really, I guess, weren't meant to be permanent storage. And some people do them. I've had a 14 disc RAID 0 in for recovery. 14 discs RAID 0. That's just crazy talk. That's ridiculous. Who would do that? I am amazed by the people who did. What's the minimum number of discs in RAID 0? What's the maximum number of discs in RAID 0? You may know the maximum?
120?
It's a crazy number. It's way up there. Like I've seen them up to, it's pretty much whatever your controller supports, but up to 127 or 128, because they start at 0 up to 127 or 128. I think 45 is the one I've seen the most. I've seen 45 in a RAID 0.
That's just asking for a failure.
Yeah, it is.
More than like 1 gig, right?
No, it wasn't. It's like they kept appending like the whole external stack of Dells, or what'd you say?
I was joking. I figured the guy had like more drives than
This is like that floppy thing where the guy built a RAID array out of 27 no, this was actually real. They just kept stacking them on a Dell controller. Every once in a while you'll see it, take a crazy picture and publish it. Yeah? Good. So, and then the minimum number of disks you would expect to see in a RAID 0? 2, right? So there is no redundant. Now, alright, you're going to have to forgive me for this if I offend anybody. But in my world, RAID 0 should never be called RAID 0. There is no redundancy. It really shouldn't be called a redundant array, right? So I think it should be called AIDS. It's an array of independent drives that suck. That's my opinion. So if you have RAID 0, you have AIDS. It's terrible. So you do not... Sorry. I know, I try to be funny, and it's not really a funny topic, but, you know, it's... So anyway, so RAID 0 is not redundant. RAID 0 is basically distributing your slices across. And so we're going to talk about this. I have better pictures coming up. So we're going to distribute this across the disk, and we're going to use a slice size. So when I write a file, I'm only writing, let's say I'd say 64K. As I write 64K, I write the next 64K here, and then 64K here, and then 64K here, and I rotate through them. And so, as I've already said, and I have had RAID arrays. It's common for me to have a RAID array that's a RAID 0 that has 4 drives in it. And also AS400s, I've mentioned this before, like AS400s have 4 drives by default in an AS400, and they are RAID 0 in an AS400. And so if you ever had to recover them, they're not a standard 512K sector, they are 522K.
What's the AS400?
AS400